Alright guys, so monetization in gaming has gone just way too fucking far at this point. Way too fucking far. So I've pretty much stopped playing multiplayer games cold turkey, not because, they're not fun. I do have friends that really enjoy them, and, some people really, really prefer playing with other people compared to playing a video game alone by yourself. I understand that. It's just not something I like to do personally. I kind of like to just sit down and unwind by myself with the game. It's kind of like a stress reliever. The problem is, when you get into the multiplayer aspects of games and all that, you open up an entire fucking Pandora's box of just absolute cancer. So, what's going on? What happened that caused this to kind of become a thing? Well, 2K19, NBA 2K19, is dabbling into something it really shouldn't be, in that they set up a new monetization program on top of the loot boxes, on top of the microtransactions, on top of all the other things that make playing a sports game into more of a test of patience, and essentially using your fucking $500 console to play a phone game. Yeah, they set up a new system where there's now in-game unskippable ads, fucking commercials, in a $60 game. Yes, that is an actual fucking thing. So you see, there were Reddit posts where people are talking about how they've been getting ads for shit like shoes and third-party stuff, literal fucking commercials, as they're waiting to join multiplayer games in 2K19. So, yeah, we're at that point now in the industry. We're at that point where games are now trying to essentially become basic cable, where you kind of play with a controller sometimes. That's where we're at. That's the absolute cancer we are at. So, we all thought it was hilarious when EA was saying how loot boxes are actually surprise mechanics
among adolescents. Can I ask you, both companies, do you consider loot boxes to be an ethical feature of your games? Kerry?
Well, first, we don't call them loot boxes. I think that was...
Whatever term you wish to apply to them, do you consider them ethical?
So what we look at as surprise mechanics.
Oh, fuck yeah, this is the shit! Kill me now!
Yeah. No, that was obvious bullshit and just EA trying to save face when they realized, oh god, we fucked up. Because loot boxes and microtransactions have been exploiting people for fucking years. Ever since they came into relevance on the fucking mobile market, phone games and shit, people have just kind of tolerated it. Now, when it got out of the mobile market into AAA gaming, that really should have sent people into a fucking frenzy and a fury. But then you had corporate shills defend it, you had dumbasses just say, well, it's not that bad, you can just ignore it. All this crap, when really, there's no excuse for it to be there in the first place. There really isn't. There is no excuse for why a AAA video game that costs $60 at the very least, because that's not even talking about deluxe editions, collector's editions, any bullshit like that. There's no reason for it to include shit like microtransactions beyond the company's fucking greedy. It's fucking greedy, and it wants fucking money. Now, there's been some bullshit excuse that companies do this crap because games are too expensive to make, quote unquote. That the demand for prettier and prettier games and better games has pushed the cost beyond what $60 can just achieve. That's complete horseshit, and you wanna know why? Because over in fucking Japan, they make single-player games that can look pretty fucking good, that still make a profit without microtransactions, that do not have this always online live service bullshit. Now, I know at this point I'm just preaching to the choir. This is crap we've heard time and time and time and time again. But I really need people to understand that whenever you see a company doing shit like this, they're setting up a really bad fucking future, because we all thought it was ridiculous when microtransactions were becoming a thing, when loot boxes were becoming a thing. We always rolled our eyes and went, oh boy, can't wait for this to die in a week because no one uses it. Then it became fucking standard. Then it became the fucking standard. Because it doesn't even matter if this crap is successful immediately out of the gate. All that matters is a company makes a little bit of chump change, and all the competition around them sees this, and they go, oh fuck, if we don't start putting ads in our games, we won't make as much money as this guy. We need to make as much money, if not more, than this guy. Hell, Capcom actually tried something like this a few months before NBA. And obviously the fan base screamed its head off until Capcom took it out, because there is no excuse for that shit, especially without Street Fighter V as a game was already kind of rocky in regards to the Street Fighter community. But AAA studios in the West don't even give a shit enough about their fans for that. They really don't. If they think it'll make them money, they'll fucking push for it and make you tolerate it. You have to adjust to this if you want to like it. It's like, fuck that shit, dude. Fuck you. And I can already see companies like EA deciding to put in ads in games like Anthem, which right there would probably actually kill Anthem. That game's already teetering on the brink of death. Or hell, like Bethesda trying this shit with Fallout 76. It's like, there's no reason to assume a company would not try this crap, because they're a bunch of greedy assholes. And I know that ranting and raving about this crap's probably not going to do anything, because really, the whole idea that these even need to exist is something that, across the board, everyone kind of agrees is bullshit. The only time I can really see microtransactions or loot boxes being acceptable is if A, the game is free to play, and B, all it is cosmetic shit. If it's pay to win, you're paying for in-game items that are just objectively stronger, then you're ruining the balance of your game and you're clearly trying to milk whales. Cosmetic shit is cosmetic shit. That's just to look cool or pretty or cute or badass, whatever. That's shit that really won't affect anything other than how you feel in the game. So that's fine. Overwatch did it pretty alright, but a bunch of other shit killed Overwatch beyond just the loot boxes. And hell, Fortnite, as much as it's cancer and retarded, hell, at least its microtransaction system isn't as egregious as something like 2K. No, the problem is just the fact that we've grown to tolerate so much of this crap. We really have. So, the biggest thing I can say is stop tolerating it. There's no reason to buy the newest AAA game just because you think it might be sort of kind of good. I know that EA has this new Star Wars game coming out that should totally 100% be single player with no microtransactions whatsoever, no multiplayer. Yeah, I'm gonna wait with bated breath to see how they ruin that, because there's no way in hell EA can help themselves. They really can't. They really, really can't. Something's gonna fuck that game up because it's EA. And honestly, everyone should just kind of wash their hands of this crap. Stop tolerating it. There's way better games out there that you can play. There's better games that are going to come out that are not going to have this shit. Cyberpunk 2077, anyone? That's not going to have any kind of microtransaction shit. It's a CD Projekt Red game. It's going to be great. Hell, Destroy All Humans is getting a reboot, which that's pretty fucking great. That's obviously a single player game that's probably not going to have any microtransactions. Hell, there are games on Steam right now that are really fucking good, that are way cheaper than a AAA game costing like $70 or $80 or $100, that will give you hours of just great fun to play. The game that I've been playing in the background right now is Hedon. That's on Steam for $10 fucking dollars. It is essentially a game developed in the Doom 2 build engine, and it's one of the best first-person shooters I've played in a long time. It's shit tons of fun. I'm not that great at it, but it's shit tons of fun. So, this idea that there is no game to fill the void of something like an NBA or an Anthem or a Division or even something like a Warframe, is like, dude, there's shit out there. Just stop giving into it. Stop allowing this shit to keep going. Because even if there's a company that does it right, some people really like Warframe. They say that the monetization system in Warframe is actually really good. It's very unintrusive. It's just if you don't want to spend hours grinding, which it's a looter shooter, so that's kind of defeating the whole point. I still say that's not that great, because it's just the fact that it's there setting an example. I'm 100% of the belief that there should be no monetization whatsoever in a game. Now, granted, Warframe is free to play, so they need something. But as stated, it's just the fact it's there. If it's something like a Shadow of War or Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where it's a single-player game and it has microtransactions, I am completely 100% against that shit, and I will not buy your game at launch. I am going to buy that shit fucking pre-owned, fucking from a friend, anything I can to keep money away from you, because that is just utter bullshit. No excuses for that shit. So, that's all I can really say. I'm really not expecting this shit to go anywhere, just because this has been an issue everyone's known about for so long. Everyone has screamed all they can at this. It's just not really anything you can add to the conversation anymore. All we can really say is, well, fucking great. This is happening. Because, like I said, I don't doubt for a second companies are just going to ignore their customers and shove in these ads anyway. So, unless people all of a sudden can organize effective boycotts that, you know, aren't going to die in a day as soon as the YouTubers come out and say, man, this game sure is fun, if only you people were having fun like us. And then half the people that swore to their fucking grave they were never going to buy an EA game again picks up the new Battlefront or the new Star Wars or whatever the fuck. It's like, unless we can prevent that from happening, it's just going to keep happening. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to keep playing single-player games alone, where I don't have to deal with this bullshit, and I can just play the games I want and have fun. I need to, you know, freshen up my skills and hatred so I can get those sweet speed runs down. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye.